the up-to-date women's draw. We started with 96, now down to 6. 2 of the 6 remaining are unseeded. Venus and Andreescu, 3 of the 6 are outside the top 20. Kerber, Svitolina, Pliskova are the remaining chalk as we welcome you back to TC Live. Quarterfinals today, starting with Venus and Kerber. Let's show you their head-to-head over the years. 8 previous meetings between them. 5-3 edge for Kerber dating back to 2009. What's usually the tipping point when these two get together, Chanda?
Well, I think a lot of times it's come down to the movement of Angie Kerber. That last meeting was just about a little over a year ago in Sydney on the hard courts. And Kerber gets that extra ball back. And Venus, I think at times, has not been as aggressive as she's needed to be, coming in, using that area of her game in the teeth of matches. But she's done a beautiful job of that here at Indian Wells. She, in this match against Bartel, she was coming in, she was taking it to her, and got better in that second set. And we kept wondering from the start whether Venus was going to have the energy physically, whether she looked like she could continue match in and match out, and she's certainly proved us wrong.
Yeah, it's going to be such a different match for Venus today against Kerber than it has in her previous 4 matches. This is going to be a much more physical match where Kerber's really going to buy into, I'm going to make every single ball back in play, make Venus have to try and hit that extra shot, and get Venus uncomfortable. Kerber does a great job with those flat low angles, a few low slices, a few deep shots. The players that Venus has played have given her a lot of unforced errors. They've missed a lot of returns off serves. They're not sure what speed is coming. Some first serves at 80, some over 100. Kerber's not going to fall for that. So for Venus tonight, she's going to have to play a much more consistent match. I think she needs to get free points on her serve, something she hasn't been able to do in this tournament because of her arm yet.
Venus had a couple of tough matches in her first 2 rounds. Kerber had to wiggle out of a complicated one against Sabalenka in the last round. It's been kind of an up and down 6 months for Kerber since winning Wimbledon. What have we seen that we've liked from Kerber here in the desert?
I think her competing, her fighting. I mean, this match, she was all but out of it. And when you consider the firepower of Sabalenka, a lot of players maybe wouldn't have had the belief that they could get out of it. But Kerber, she fought back so well. The serve, I think she needs to get a little bit better in that area. But from the ground, I mean, she was trying to take ground away where she could. She's going to need those types of plays when she goes up against Venus. But it was just her ability to compete, her ability to fight.
Yeah, look, this surface helps her in one respect. It's very hard for players to hit winners, and that may be a big factor against Venus today, but it also hurts her in that her shots don't get any extra value when she's hitting them to the other side of the court. They don't have a lot of pop in general. She's a wonderful counterpuncher. My gosh, she's a great mover. But her serve, it's going to sit up. Venus is going to be basically feeding all over that if she has to hit some second serves.
By the way, 15 years ago, Kerber's coach, Rainer Schuttler, did what Kerber is trying to do today. He made the semifinals here at Indian Wells, and he beat an American to do it. That American was Andy Roddick. Just a little historical note.